Yeah, you know, the Bible talks about how Jesus came full of grace and truth. And as we are trying to follow Christ, especially in parenting, you know, you have to have both, but also in the way we interact with our neighbors or our coworkers, you want to have both grace and truth. One of the challenges is that grace and truth can sometimes feel like the opposite poles of two different magnets. You know, you ever done that where you try to push them together and there's just a natural repelling. They push each other apart. And I believe that the way Jesus held grace and truth together is by a greater force, love. It was his love that brought grace, the acceptance of God. And by the way, I think that's what we're called to be as parents, right? To bring what Jesus is like, the source of life and love, through us to our children so that they grow up the way God wanted. Which means that love has to be the binding force between grace. We accept them, we tell them their worth, their value. When they do wrong, we don't remove grace. That's key. When they do wrong, we continue in grace. You are valuable, you are accepted. But we bring truth because we love them, right? That's the overarching. So there's right and wrong and there are consequences. Why? Well, that's the way life works. But I'm telling you this because I love you. And so it's the love bringing together grace and truth. I think it's the exact same thing with neighbors or coworkers or people who are living in an immoral lifestyle you don't agree with. You know, they also need grace and truth, but overarching love. And as we approach them first in love, with valuing, accepting, caring, in time, people can hear truth because they know you're for them, not against them. If truth is used as a hammer to condemn, that's a whole different deal. But that's as Christians, we have to remember Jesus said, I did not come into the world to judge or condemn the world. I came that it might be saved through me. And so that's what we're to bring to our families, our neighbors, our coworkers.